This warm-up is meant to prime your nervous system, elevate your core temperature, mobilize key joints, activate your stabilizing muscles, and rehearse certain unilateral movement patterns, all while adding a touch of power and overhead prep to fill in any gaps that you won't get in this month's program. Starting off, you can see that I'm just doing some downward dogs and then bending one knee then the other to feel a calf stretch, then raising one leg and bending at the knee, then doing some ankle circles followed by some hip circles before bringing that leg through to a runner's stretch. From here, just rocking forward and back until I feel the hip joint loosen up, then bringing the back knee down to a pad if that's more comfortable, or a mat before rocking back, straightening the leg as much as possible, though notice I do still have a bend in that knee to get a hamstring stretch. And then turning sideways, notice I have that side foot down against the ground with the toe pointed forward before I rock back. This gives a really good adductor or inner thigh stretch. Then coming back to both feet, but a wide stance and going side to side, that allows me to feel both inner thighs or adductors, maybe doing a couple of pulses to each side before coming into a wider squat, elbows down towards the knees, and just some dynamic back and forth movement to again stretch those inner thighs before coming to the other side. For me, I like that pad for a little bit more comfort under the knee, and now I'm rocking back again, feeling the back of the leg or the hamstring, still keeping a little micro bend in the knee before coming to the side, foot down, toe pointed forward for those adductor or inner thigh rock backs. These are a great movement to really warm up for any kind of hinge pattern or deadlift. Coming back to both feet, you see me rocking side to side again, sometimes double pulsing in that wide kind of sumo stance, hands towards the ground, and now rocking forward and back in a runner stretch on the opposite side. From the front, I'll show you both hands are on the inside of the foot there, and then one hand stays planted and the opposite hand reaching towards the sky. This helps mobilize the thoracic spine, kind of the mid-back, where we tend to get really tight from looking at devices and sitting a lot. So just opening up that mid-back, even the neck a little bit, and getting some greater range of motion on both sides. Then bringing the back foot forward, just coming into a squat before raising the hips high so that I'm in a little hinge with the hands towards the ground, and just pulsing back and forth from squat to hinge. Then I'll back up so you can see me better, but I go squat to hinge to overhead reach. Lower into the seated squat, hinge, overhead reach, squat, hinge, overhead reach. So from the side you can kind of see for the squat, you bend at the knees first, then hips high, then reach overhead. And then coming into a dynamic lunge, stepping one foot back after a few pulses, adding the arm reach overhead to mobilize the upper body and the shoulders as well. Anytime you're working both together, you're also just getting a good neurological brain-body connection that helps prime you for more advanced movements to come. Now I'm pretending to shut the car door with my butt behind me. Notice the hips hinge and bend before the knees. So this is a hinge like a deadlift. And then just a couple arm circles on each side. Again, this is a unilateral program, so getting both and twisting side to side to get a little thoracic spine mobility. Now I'm back in a push-up or plank position here, and then rocking back hips high to a down dog. Making sure I have a little bit of knee padding for when I need it. I slowly come down into a push-up position and then try to push back up on the toes. Now, if that's too much, I can definitely come to the knees and then push back up. Or I could even be on the knees down and up if that's more comfortable, or whatever the level that feels doable for you is. I could even come down on the knees and just walk my hands back up like you see there. Or now I found a box. You could also do this on a chair, a sofa if you're at home. And you can do a lot of different warm-up moves on a box, but I'll eventually show you push-ups there too. First, I'm just seated kind of like legs wide like a sumo squat position, and just hinging forward. That's called a good morning. Then elbow down and getting a good stretch on each side. See that with just one piece of furniture or gym equipment, you can do many things. So again, I'm back to that good morning, just hinging forward, trying to keep my spine nice and long from head to hips. And then just a seated figure 4 stretch. So I'm flexing the bottom sole of my foot, keeping the knee out, and just dynamically hinging forward and feeling a great stretch along the outside of the glute and a little bit of inner thigh there as well. Then from there, I'm using that same knee pad, and this is actually called a couch stretch. So by all means, if you're at home, do this on your couch with a pillow under your knee. Get that knee as close to the sofa or the box as you can, and then rock back and really squeeze the glute to mobilize the hip flexor that tends to get really, really tight from all the sitting we do. Then here's where you can do incline push-ups if regular push-ups are a little too challenging. So you can do them on your toes. You can do them toes down, knees up. You can stay on your knees the whole time. With a box, it's kind of handy. You can make the box even higher to make it even more doable. So notice I can really rep them out there. And then, of course, you could do some stretches. This is basically a pigeon stretch, just elevated on a box. And at the beginning of the workout, I'm always keeping things dynamic. I'm not just sitting in these stretches like a static stretch, a static hold. That's going to be better for your cool down. Right now, you see me really like twisting and pulsing into things and keeping things dynamic and moving. From there, I come back to the box, elbows down on the box, hands kind of behind my neck, and I'm basically doing a little cat-cow here. And this is really going to release some shoulders, some tight neck, some of that T-spine again feels really, really good. And then just a little bit of kind of core and T-spine mobility, basically a little side plank here, and then rotating open on each side and reaching under. So this will just prime the core, get a little bit of stability as well. From there, exploding up in a jump onto the box. This is just getting a little bit of power and priming the nervous system, and then kind of the opposite, stepping down and exploding up from the ground. And step back to the box, other side, step down and explode up. So that's just, again, a nervous system prep. If the box is a little scary, you could totally just find a line like I did here and hop across it, first with both feet, then 2 foot to 1 foot, and then maybe side to side, laterally, because again, in life, we aren't always moving in these very pre-planned directions. We're moving in all planes of motion, so it's good to prepare for that before the workout. Then maybe just doing a little bit of side to side, front back, almost like an X pattern jog to warm up the nervous system into a sprint, and maybe a quick jump. That will work just as well as the box jump and maybe be more approachable. Let's get started.